Today's story starts like a horror movie. 1987. A lady with half her face rotten like expired cheese at her daughter's graduation. Parents retreated in horror, whispering snide comments, calling her a monster. The girl endured cruel jokes. After being bullied, the girl blamed her mother, wishing she would just vanish. Little did she know, a family drama was about to unfold. Seeing the photos and messages, the mother was deeply hit and decided to quit her life script. The girl intervened decisively. However, seeing her mother's ghostly face, her mind echoed with classmates' taunts, unwittingly leading to her tragic end at home as directed. The editor, shocked by this scene, quickly dialed Yunchai, only to hear a repeated voicemail, "It's your fault. It's your fault. Your fault. That day, my mother and I were in this together. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" As the editor vented her rage, lights and curtains mysteriously shut off, making her feel like she was now just a little knife on the table. At this point, she realized the comic synced with her, adding comedy to the scene. She sprinted towards the door, but even screaming her lungs out seemed like talking to a brick wall. What a thrilling family reunion. After mustering the courage to go back, the editor planned to teach those pranksters a lesson, only to find everything had seemingly returned to normal. However, just then, a shocking scream pierced the air, more thrilling than any horror flick. The police quickly started investigating the scene, pinpointing the time to 1 a.m., leaving everyone puzzled. Could it really be the work of an office ghost? They only found the editor's fingerprints and were set to conclude it was a suicide, but suddenly, colleagues began discussing some high-tech shenanigans. Turns out the comic character's death matched the scene, indicating it was a prank of a shape-shifting jokester, not suicide. When she asked the coroner, he confirmed it was indeed a suicide, but she was puzzled why the show of self-harm first. This bizarre situation prompted her to seek more information, eventually finding Yunjai, who confirmed the editor's suicide. The last call was to Yunjai. The shocking audio left him disbelieving the culprit's horror show imitate. But Yunjai denied it, insisting the comic draft was only known to the two of them. At night, exhausted, he shut down, slept, missing the voicemail, a very tired legend. Finally, they returned to the station, but as they left, Yunjai checked the messages. Upon hearing the comic echoed reality, Yunjai's phone slipped needs urgent report for attention. With this bizarre case unfolding, he began recalling the recent storm clouds of nightmares. Recently, he dreamed about the editor. Even weirder, one night he met a girl on the road begging for help. She didn't say much, but mysteriously vanished in a second, a ghost not wanting to go home at all. Scared, he instantly stopped the car and glanced around, only to see a shadow lurking. When he woke up, he realized he was indeed at the intersection. But he was confused, as his ring had vanished without a trace. Had it gotten scared? All that remained was a clear scar. Clearly, this little troublemaker had been on his hand for a long time. Pondering these matters, Yunjai decided to consult a psychologist, hoping to find some clues. The doctor bluntly diagnosed Yunjai with Alice in Dreamland syndrome, which tends to blur lines between reality and dreams. The doctor confidently stated that Yunjai was just overworked, making everything feel all too real. He planned to recuperate, but who could have imagined the editor would die unexpectedly, leaving even the most naive in shock. Learning the comic had entered reality, he felt uneasy and quickly turned on his computer. The visual shifted from comic to reality, a truly serious matter. In a hospital morgue, Lao Jiang tried to make up the deceased, but struggled to move the thigh, an unbeatable matchstick among makeup artists. Lao Jiang resorted to drinking for relaxation, but in a brief moment, his overzealous efforts turned the body the other. As the comic's content playfully unfolded, the protagonist morphed into Lao Jiang, prompting him to exclaim, "This is my show." 5 years ago, Lao Jiang's wife died of illness. He felt no sorrow, only relief. While preparing to apply makeup on his wife, he noticed her eyelids fluttering as if he had conjured a ghostly beauty show that was too real to handle. Witnessing this, Lao Jiang wanted to escape this tragic dance, only to find the door closed. At that moment, a corpse drawer unexpectedly opened, as if hosting an unwelcome reception. Lao Jiang felt possessed, walked closer. In darkness, he lit up but accidentally bumped into the ghost door. Just as Lao Jiang regained his senses, he found himself lying in a freezer. This felt more chilling than any scenario. As he reached for the phone, a corpse appeared, turning his life into a reality show, like a Survivor challenge. Yoon-jae, torn between anger and lack of choice, rushed to the morgue to prevent any sequel from playing out in the comic. Meanwhile, he, while analysing the case, glanced outside and instantly recognised the news matched the comic's plotline. He hurried to the morgue just in time to open the drawer before Lao Jiang suffocated. Although saved just in time, Lao Jiang was deep in hallucination, seeing evil spirits aiming to harm him. Lao Jiang's body gradually spiraled out of control, and to Yoon-jae's shock, he snapped his own neck right in front of him. The police promptly arrived at the scene, misunderstanding Yoon-jae as the killer, who could only innocently be taken back to this case was so perplexing that seeking the truth requires patience, leaving viewers eager for the next episode.